it's definitely should be on your shopping list to actually look at. And what we're looking at today, if I go over to my captions, is this, which is caster.io. Okay, so it's caster without ye.io. And it's a website that is effectively a content delivery network, content distribution or delivery network. And its sole job in life is to actually send this signal to many other places. Now, if all things are working today and all goes well, we'll actually be able to show you a little bit about how this actually works. And yes, things are looking good. Okay, so I just want to check something else. And things are looking even better. I need to turn the sound off there. I can hear myself twice. Just a minute, I can hear myself several times. I just need to nuke the sound. Right. Okay. Somewhere we need to switch that up to. Right. Okay, we're all good to go. Oh, and thank you for watching live. This is a live video. Anything can go wrong. Normally when we broadcast to Facebook or YouTube. And we can do that with BeLive. With Restream, which is where we are today, we can broadcast to several other destinations. Now, Restream used to have their own video player, which you could embed into your website. You could actually go live on your website. And this is what we're exploring at the moment, the different ways in which you can go live to your website. And one of those is caster.io. So we're going to take a look at Caster and show you how you can use Caster to go live on your website or websites. And if you've got friends, you can go live on their website too, because one set of code covers all situations. And I'm relieved, if not pleased, to say that I'm joined by Nick. Hello, Nick.
Yes, I'm relieved too. Actually, I realized what the problem was. It's when someone tried to ring me and then they left me a message. So the voicemail kept cutting back in, and that was overriding my my internet link.
Yes.
Technology, unbelievable.
Because your current internet link is mobile.
It is. Yep, I do it through my 4G network. Have unlimited data, so that's okay. But yes, my internet speed on a landline is shockingly bad.
Well, hopefully for both of us, that will be upgraded sometime this year. But for the moment, we're looking at caster.io, content delivery network, to take the signal from here, from Restream, to a website. That's the plan. Okay, so let's go in stages.
The holy grail.
Bring up on screen. All right, Nick and I are still here. We're still live, but you can see that Nick and I are also live on the Caster website.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going from Restream to Caster. And if I put that full screen for a moment, okay, so Nick and I are still here.
Yeah.
You can see that this is a sort of delivery network which I've named Stephen 1. Unsurprisingly, there's also Stephen 2. Right? Basically, what you're actually doing is this signal here that we see on now is going direct to the website without doing anything. Yeah.
Right. Nice.
But we can add in different platforms. So from Caster, I can go to the website, but can also go to Twitter. And if I switch Twitter on, then this broadcast is also going to Twitter. I could send it to Twitch as well. And I can have up to 5 different places to go live in. But the primary one is going live on the website. And in order to go live on the website, I need, as we'll see down here, a widget, an iframe widget. And the iframe widget code is there. And all I did earlier in preparing this was to copy that iframe widget HTML to my website into a blog post. But in addition to the visual one, they've got an audio one as well. So that you can actually just have audio only, which is basically a different audience. Yeah. So, and you can copy that anywhere. So that's what's running in the background. Now, in terms of how that works, let's come back to us. So I'm taking that off full screen, so I am back on screen. And I'm going to hide it. I'm going to hide it, okay, because that's running away in the background, and it's tracking everything we do. It's sending it out to Twitter and to Twitch and to the website. So setting it up simple and straightforward. Open an account, pay your money, add your social media accounts, and then have a system that can broadcast. We're going from Restream at the moment to the Caster site, and then the Caster site is actually sending it out to Twitter and Twitch. Okay.
So can I ask a question? Yep. So like with all these things, do you need your RTMP code?
You do. And basically the RTMP code, if I put that full screen again, good question, full screen, and I scroll down, you'll see on the right-hand side here that there's the URL, and there's the stream key. So I give the URL and the stream key to Restream, and that's how Restream can actually broadcast out to Caster. Yeah. In other words, Caster doesn't have a studio, so you either have to use Restream or Melon or OBS or vMix or XSplit Broadcaster as your studio. You use that key. That then brings your broadcast, as we can see top right, that then brings your broadcast into Caster, and from Caster it goes out wherever you send it to, up to 5 destinations and your website.
Wow.
Okay, so I'll take that off full screen. So is it broadcasting to the website is the question.
That is on the tip of my tongue.
Okay, so let's switch that off for the moment. In fact, I'm going to have to stop the screen share because we can only have one screen share at a time. So I'm going to go for another screen share. And this time I am going to screen share. Forgive me for a moment. I should be back.
That'll be good. It'll be worth it.
Okay. I just need to find the website. I've got it. Okay. Okay. And
so because
I wasn't panicking, I wasn't then. And there is the website. So this is live via Castro, and this is streaming to the website. And there's the top is the audio and video, and the bottom one is just the audio. Now I switched both those off because otherwise we'd be going crazy with feedback and everything.
Oh yes,
yes. Basically, that is live on the website, and it's way behind what we're doing here, but it is actually on the website. In fact, hopefully in a minute, if let's go for this. If I refresh the web page, I can't do that because that would lose it.
Okay.
Just a minute.
Oh.
Right. Well, that proves you're there.
There you go.
Okay, and we'll get up to date. We'll get up to live in a minute. Okay, that's what was wrong. Now, this is the interesting thing about this video player. If you go to the link that's in the post, anybody watching, you can actually say hello in text. If you could type.
Actually on the website.
On the website.
Oh.
So the conversation, brilliant. So the conversation actually takes place on the website.
Oh, that's a big step forward.
We've not seen that before because Peter Stewart has been saying, well, how do you connect with people? The thing is, you can actually have the website open and be chatting to people, and that will work. Now, I know that we're actually going picture in picture at the moment. I'm going to take that off and bring it back to us.
Yeah, makes your eyes go funny.
Yeah, the picture-in-picture is a problem because it just goes to infinity and it will keep going. But the other thing is, I just want to bring it back for a second because I can bring it back, I think, and it will be okay. As you've seen, we can type in the text on the web page itself and we can have a conversation going. The other thing is that if I go to the web page, if I want to find, I can go earlier and then I can go back to live.
Live again.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. Yeah. So you can pause live, you can rewind it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, that is good.
It's quite a sophisticated player.
That is good. Now I've got a question, but I don't know whether we're going to know the answer to that. And so going back to when you were setting it up, Stephen, and then you had the widget and you embedded that on the website. Can you embed that on more than one web page, do you think?
Oh, yeah. I mean, at the moment, it's embedded on 2 websites. And the one we've been using previously is embedded on 3 or 4 websites, I think. I mean, basically, with that code, you can go out to any website because it's one broadcast as far as the system's concerned, going to the player, and that's it. It just works. It just works once you've got it set up. Yeah. And the embed code, you just go into your WordPress blog, you add HTML block, copy and paste the code, done.
Easy.
Yeah. It's not overly complicated to actually achieve what you want, and you do it in several websites, no problem at all. So yeah, I mean, we've said that this is one of the things that should happen in 2021, because at the moment when we go live on Facebook and YouTube, brilliant, okay, both systems are free, we're just donating our time, but we're actually working for Facebook and YouTube. Because whilst people are watching this live video, and we love you all, you're actually scrolling and watching other things.
Yeah, really? Come back.
Really, yeah. I mean, there's no problem in that. But if you've got people on your website and they're actually scrolling, they're scrolling your website, they're reading blogs, they're and visiting your shop.
Exactly, and that's so true, isn't it? A number of times that you might be watching something, and because you're listening, you are just then doing something else because it's like you don't need to watch all the time. So yeah, keeping someone natively on your website is fantastic.
Right. So next logical question, and I'm going to stop screen sharing that. Everything we know has a cost, and we're not looking at this as a hobby. We're looking at this as a commercial venture.
Yeah.
And in that case, there is a cost. And if I can find it, that's not it. That's not it. Oh, good. Just a minute. I'll be back. I'm coming back now. Just a minute. Let me find out what the title of it is. Okay, it's called Live. Choose the plan you need. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That's it. I got it. Okay.
You found it.
I found it. So many tabs open to show so many things, and I'm going to bring that tab on. Okay. Now, in order to do this, first of all, as we've said, you need a studio. So it's got to be Restream or Melon or one we don't mention, or OBS or Remix. Okay. And then in order to get to your website and to 5 other destinations, it's $50 a month. Okay. Now, in the grand scheme of things, just to give you a comparison, I think Restream is 45 and they don't have the browser software anymore. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Switchboard is 85 and they don't have the software yet. The only 2 platforms that have the web browser software at the moment are OneStream and Caster.io. Everybody else is either working on it or just there's not going to be one. But the amazing thing here, if you look at your business expenses and you factor in an annual cost of $450, then you can go live to your website as many times as you want during the week for $9 a week. And that's, in terms of a business cost, $9 a week, because when we cut that into English money, that's about £7.50 at the moment, possibly.
Exactly. Yeah.
For a business, this is, well, I'm not going to say it's
So
pretty
bring that
cash,
down.
but
Well, it's a pound a day.
yeah.
You know, it's
That's
what's that? A news? No, I was going to say a newspaper. I've not bought a newspaper in years, but so I don't know. But I'm trying to think of something that will cost a pound.
Yeah.
Parking.
Yeah. And the $450 gives you 5 extra destinations, 2 concurrent streams, which is why we had Stephen 1 and Stephen 2, and 500 gigabits of monthly bandwidth. Now, we'll come back and report next week on the bandwidth usage, because I've only just started this yesterday, so it's a bit unfair to say this is what we've used. But we'll tell you how much streaming you can do for 500 gig, and we'll come back next week and do that. The other thing you can do is that it's actually recording the broadcast as you do it, and it will give you 25 gigabytes of video on demand storage permanently, so that you can store your videos here. And if you think that a typical video that we do is about 1.5 gigabytes, then you're talking about being able to store 15, 16 videos permanently online, and use the HTML embed code to put them anywhere you like. So you can, once you finish your live broadcast to your website, you can then, from caster.io, embed the replay. Yeah. So it's doing 2 functions. It's not just the live, it's actually giving access to the replay as well. It's hosting the videos. Yeah. But which to them is no pain, because they're actually recording the videos as we're actually streaming it now. Yeah. So I think I'm impressed by this. I mean, when we looked at the player, let's just go back to that player. I'm going to hide that.
Yeah, have a look at the player again.
We've got the cost, $50 a month if you're monthly, and $450 a year if you're going to pay up front. And I'm just going to go over to, I've lost Nick. Okay, this is me then. And this broadcast is live on the website. And this is the Web Talks Live website. And it's just so, it just works. I mean, the quality of the video is just amazing. I'll bring Nick back now. The quality of the video on the website is just simply amazing. The high quality, because the Facebook downgrades our video, and so does YouTube, correct?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Unless you're using BeLive, of course.
Well, yes, yeah. BeLive is 1080. But Peter was watching a video this morning, and the quality of the website broadcasting is superior to both YouTube and Facebook. It's just the best quality going. So it's not as if you're going out to your website and it's being degraded. It's actually improved by going live on your website. And we saw earlier, you can actually chat on your website whilst you're live. You can have somebody looking after the website and talking to people. And the beauty of that is we covered the fact that this is your turf, it's your blogs and your shop, but nobody's got to log in. There is no Facebook login required to use this. There is no YouTube login, no Google login. People can go straight to your page if you so wish, unless you lock it down, and they can just comment on your live broadcast. Yeah. And if you had,
I love that idea.
Yeah, if you had a capture form on the page down just below the video, if you want to follow us, then please give us your email address. Then you could use live video to actually build up an email list. Possibilities are endless, really, of website broadcasting, and it's got to be done at a reasonable cost and $50 a month. I mean, if you look at the sites that ITV and BBC and CNN use, because everybody uses the content distribution network on the net, don't do it themselves. They will be paying thousands of dollars a month to have their content broadcast on YouTube, on Facebook. Yeah, they don't handle it. They pay content delivery networks to do it. And they pay thousands of dollars. This is available now for $50. And I've been trying this now for the last 48 hours, and I'm just blown away by the quality of it. And I think I don't need to, but I think just out of curiosity to see how this goes, I will actually renew next month as well. So we're looking at today content delivery networks. We've looked at Restream, okay, which is where Nick and I are broadcasting from today.
Yep.
We've looked at Switchboard Live, which both Nick and I have. And in actual fact, there's been, I know we're talking about Caster, but Switchboard Live did something superb over the weekend. Now, which blew me away. If I go and share one more thing, yeah, I can share it. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing. So we'll just take, because Caster, we've explained Caster to you. That's how it works. Put in an RTMP feed, up to 5 destinations, copy the code into your website, and it just simply works.
What's not to love? I mean, it's that simplicity, isn't it, that just makes life so easy.
Right, and keeping everybody up to date, I'm going to share my Facebook page.
Oh, your Facebook.
Okay, Facebook page.
Oh,
okay. Now this is I've got to say this because I want this on record. This is a world first. I know that because Switchboard Live released software on Saturday. So I know not many people have used it so far. But the idea of this is so simple and so straightforward. If I go over there and I press, well, I'm going to press play. What I'm going to try and do is go over to the URL. Okay, get a better view of it. You can still see it, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm going to read what I wrote. Touring the outskirts of Devizes East on foot, broadcasting using my mobile camera, and the app I use is called Astra Streaming. Astra sent my signal to Switchboard Live, who sent it to my Facebook page, my Facebook profile, YouTube, Twitter, and my website. All I needed to do to start the broadcast and the distribution of my camera feed, it was all done automatically. When I clicked the button to stop the broadcasting, all the broadcasts stopped. Do you know we've had this problem before? We've got 10 destinations, and you've got to switch all 10 off individually. Yeah. So this was from my mobile phone. It took one click to start it and one click to finish it. And the magic of this, is to have an app on your Android or iOS phone which has an RTMP feed. Yeah.
Yep.
That RTMP feed goes out to Switchboard. Yeah. And you put it in a group, right? So you've got the feed coming in. Hang on. No, we'll show next week. You got don't want to put too much.
Oh, you tease.
I'll show you in a minute. I'll show you straight away. Well, I've got Switchboard Live open. I don't know whether I've got it live. I'm not sure. Okay, now I will show you afterwards.
No, next week. That's fine.
Yeah. Basically, you send an RTMP feed from your mobile phone, and I use an app called Astra Streaming, which is $10 a year. So one piece of software bought, and that sends the feed into Switchboard Live. Now we know in Switchboard Live you can group your destinations. Yeah. So I had all the websites as one destination. I had feeds that had been loaned to me as other destination. And then I set another group up, and I said, okay, this group is my prime group. And whenever you get a signal that I have gone live, in other words, you get a video feed coming in, you go live on these 6 pages. Yeah.
Ooh.
And it does, because I was on my mobile phone. I started the camera, and as soon as I started the camera, Switchboard Live took over, and it fed this video feed to my personal page, to 2 other Facebook pages, to YouTube, Twitter. It was just magical. I mean, when I was out walking, I didn't know it had worked. And then I got back, and Peter Stewart said, well, I was watching on the website. It was absolutely brilliant. So this was going walkabout. This opens up a whole new ball game. Because think of it, Nick, we're going live. We're actually giving a tour of our local area, which is creating history.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is that we're getting steps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a win. So shout out to Switchboard Live, who worked the magic on that one. But to go back to, I'll take that off because we've been here, there, and everywhere today. Just need to do a recap. Caster.io, $50 a month, simply works. You can go live to your website whenever you want. It's easy to set up. I'll do a blog about it and step-by-step guide. But if you're looking to go live to your website at the moment, then I would say that Caster has got to be one of the options that you actually look at and try out. There is a free trial, so you can actually test it out.
True. Yeah.
Now, the limitations it has, it doesn't go to as many destinations as Restream, but it does have a player which you can fast forward and rewind, on which you can make comments whilst you're live. And it's got features no other player has. In fact, it's probably at the moment the best video player there is, and especially at the price. Yeah, because as we said, OneStream, Switchboard Live, all cost money.
Yeah, well, they do, and that's brilliant. You can handle the comments. That's the most amazing thing. That just blew me away.
Well, me too. I didn't expect it. You don't expect software that of this caliber for such a reasonable price.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So you don't need to buy any other software. You could just go OBS or vMix or XSplit Broadcaster, and you could just go into Caster and then send it out to the world, including your website.
It is incredible.
Totally.
Oh, I can see myself parting with $50 very quickly.
Well, it's just awesome. And I mean, the thing that they've been doing this now. I started with them 4 years ago, and it was just a simple relay system then. We'll take you live to Facebook and Twitch at a time nobody else did. And since then, they've gained 200,000 customers.
Wow.
And in some blue chip companies amongst the clients. And as I say, all the broadcasting software houses that broadcast on the internet don't do it themselves. It's all handled by content delivery networks, and Caster, I would think, are one of the leading ones of those. On a personal note, I would like to see Restream bring back their web browser. And if you're going to do a web browser, go over to caster.io and check that one out.
yeah, go see what the competition do. I still don't understand why Restream took theirs off.
Okay. I was watching, there's a weekly show that they do, which is a Q&A show. And they were asked this same question that you just asked, and they said that for them, the quality wasn't there. It wasn't high enough quality to be a Restream product. So they've gone away and they are rejigging it, rethinking it, probably rewriting the whole thing. I mean, I thought it was good. Yeah. But it wasn't as good enough for them. And kudos to them for actually having the guts to pull it. But that's what started me off on searching all these different places to try and find one that was a reasonable price. I mean, we've looked at OneStream, we've looked at Switchboard Live, we've looked at Caster.io now. I think we've covered, because we're covering the low to medium end. Yeah. And for the services these guys provide, there has to be a cost. We've been looking for the most, also not cheapest, but least expensive.
Yeah, the most cost effective. Because when we looked at Vimeo, I think that was $90+ a month, and this is only 50. It's just almost half the price.
Yeah, good point about Vimeo, because the entry cost is twice as much.
Yeah,
heading towards twice as much. Right. Okay.
cool.
What tradition is that I start the show? I did today because Nick wasn't here. And Nick, it's over to you to close the broadcast.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, thank you, Stephen. What an educational show this has been. And it really is. This is what we do every week. Stephen leads the way by diving into software and things that we just sit back and are in awe of. So if you're like us, a couple of complete live stream nerds that are always fascinated by how we can push the boundaries and find out more, then join us obviously every Monday at 3 p.m. UK time and 10 a.m. Eastern time. And so until next Monday, have a great week, and we will see you next Monday. Take care.
Bye for now. And end the